guys, so today is a slightly more eerie and just wrong topic. I feel like sometimes we talk about just things that are a little bit silly, a little bit stupid, just things that aren't that serious. Today's video is a little bit more serious, and it was inspired by Marky's video. I just felt like everyone needed to talk about it and bring attention to it just because of how much of a change we can make. But subscribe with the bell icon for engagement. So I'll let you guys know that recently a Google employee was exposed. And I technically work with Google. Google owns YouTube and I get paid by Google every month. And I just don't want someone like that working with us. Now, this is alleged because someone did find his LinkedIn, but you know, people, I don't know if people can say whatever they want on LinkedIn. I don't really go on LinkedIn a lot. So I hope that he, on two ways. If he is employed by Google, I hope he isn't much longer, but also I hope he's lying. And that would be like best case scenario is that he's lying. Because I can't imagine someone like that working for Google ever. I just feel like if you're bad with animals, you're bad just in life. So a Google employee was exposed by Tote M Kitten on Instagram. She has an animal-inspired small shop where she sells jewelry and kind of little trinkets for around the house. She posted in the initial interaction between them two when she starts filming him after he kicked her 5-pound chihuahua on the street for no reason.
You came up out of nowhere and I said, watch my dog, and you kicked him as hard as you could because you're having a bad day. I just want the internet to know that. This guy is a piece of shit.
They were walking, the chihuahua was small, it was on a leash, he was walking without looking because he was on the phone, and she just said, hey, watch out, you're gonna step on my chihuahua, and he kicked the chihuahua away. Not just pushed it away with his leg, which even then, do not touch my animal. I have a small dog, she's a little bit bigger than 5 pounds, but if anyone dared to kick her, anyway. So he kicks this dog pretty hard, okay? And she films the interaction, she posts on Instagram, and there are a lot of people that are saying like, we need to find this guy, you know, we need to consequences for actions, the whole thing, right? Animal cruelty is just like a big no, a thing across the board. But a lot of people are saying, you know, how do we know that's true? You could just be making it up. And she gets footage, I think it's like CCTV footage of him doing what she said he did, and it's true, it happened. I'm not going to show you guys the full thing, I'm just going to show you guys up to the moment where he kicks the dog. I saw it, but you guys don't have to see it.
I have the video proving that Eric Morrison kicked a 5-pound dog, Eric Morrison of Google. But before I show it, I just want to remind you that I had said all I needed to do was see their body language and reaction to determine who was telling the truth and who wasn't. I didn't need this video to believe her, but I know that some of you do. And that's fine. Now, if you can't read people that way, I don't want you to try it. So anyway, without further ado, here you go.
I'm like shaking. There's Eric and me, and there he kicked my dog.
So with this evidence, the police said that they're not going to do anything because the dog is just property. Once again, NYPD doing absolutely nothing when they are needed. Well, I wonder what Eric Morrison's company, Google, thinks about this video right here.
Shaking. There's Eric and me, and there he kicked my dog.
His excuse in the video and later on was that he was having a bad day, and that's why it's like, if you're having a bad day, surely kicking a dog isn't going to make your day any better, it'd actually make it worse. And I hope it makes your day so much worse because I hope you get fired. Apparently he also used to work for TikTok, so he's one of those like tech bros, and I'm just going to say, like, I've got nothing against tech bros as an industry, but there is definitely a stereotype of tech bros being a certain kind of way, and this is just not a good look, right? The tech industry as a whole is just, like, overinflated, overpriced, over whatever, and I feel like there is a stereotype about tech bros. And this is not looking good. That Danish guy on TikTok posted about it because he was so furious by the whole thing, and he ended up figuring out who the guy is and that he works for Google and used to work for TikTok in the past.
Hello, Eric Morrison. You know, by the time I was able to identify you, I checked and the victim already had your name, but I was still very interested in covering this when I saw your job. Work for TikTok? Oh, that's interesting. You know, once I saw that you worked for TikTok, I did something I've never done before. I reached out to Tizian and I called dibs on you. This is quite a treat. You know, I'm surprised to see someone working at TikTok you wouldn't know from all the unanswered emails. Say, that video that I've been emailing you about for the past month now that you guys took down at 4.7 million views, you still got the traffic for that. You still got people coming to your app, 4.7 million views. It's convenient that the video comes down when it's time to pay me for it. Now we have this, one of your employees making bad judgment again. Let's see, kicking a dog? What is wrong with you, Eric? Now the victim is seeking additional footage from the businesses nearby. You kicked a very small dog. If someone said to me that you just kicked my dog and I didn't, the very next thing I would say is I did not kick your dog, especially if I see a camera on me. This man's body language and reaction is not someone who did not kick that dog. He definitely kicked that dog. And you know that because he worked at TikTok. Because the only person at TikTok we're all really familiar with is the AI customer service email that answers questions you never asked and never responds again. Eric, you have an opportunity to appeal this decision. And you know how well appeals go, right? You could win them and you still get your video taken down, right? Keep this video up.
He's been posting about the whole thing, posting updates, and he's got like a playlist for it. And yeah, I just hope that maybe Google, even if they don't let us know, I hope that Google employment disappears off his LinkedIn very, very immediately quickly. Now, people want her to report it to get some kind of charges going or something. And she did post an update video on her Instagram that she did report it to the police. But because her dog is considered her property, the police aren't doing anything about it. Which, I mean, surely if I park my car on the street and someone kicks it and it leaves a dent, even though that's my property, that's property damage, right? So like, surely I'm still allowed to press some kind of charges. But no, I guess they said like, this is not worth our time. We don't want to deal with it, which I don't know what's going on with the policing system. Because even like your property, you have the right to not have your property kicked. If we're looking at a dog as your property, like surely she has the right to not have her property kicked. But this is also animal cruelty, which as far as I'm concerned is also illegal. So I'm just not really sure what's going on with the policing system in America right now. Maybe let's do our jobs just a little bit. And that's not me generalizing all police officers before everyone's like, not mine. No. Don't drag me into that drama. I just think the whole maybe policing system needs to be revamped a little bit because what is going on? Basically, someone told her that maybe if the police aren't going to do anything about it, she could reach out to some animal-related, like animal abuse organizations, and they'll kind of deal with it because maybe the police are just too booked and busy with other things. But these organizations deal precisely with crimes against animals, so maybe then we can have some kind of justice.
Hey guys, it's Jen from Token Kitten. I'm here to give you a 90-second update. Basically on Saturday, my 5-pound rescue chihuahua was attacked by some disgruntled guy having a bad day. We ran after him, we got video footage, I called the police, I filed a report. The police basically said I couldn't do anything because Knox is considered property under the law, which is not surprising, but still disgusting. Anyways, you guys helped me identify him, which is amazing. Thank you. His name is Eric Morrison. He works at Google currently. Because there's no legal repercussions right now, all we can do is spread the word so that people keep their, dogs and children away from him, and possibly call on Google to, investigate, see if they want this person as part of their community. Other than that, Knox is going to be fine. He's sore, but he's a tough little bugger, and we're both just extremely grateful for all of your support and to have people care, because you just feel so helpless in a situation like this, and you guys really made a difference, so thank you.
But I think the biggest justice would be for him to be fired from his tech job, because I know that tech jobs pay super duper well. I mean, most tech companies aren't, okay, not most. A lot of tech companies never end up making a profit. I was watching a podcast, this is such an off topic. I was watching a podcast recently about how overinflated the tech industry is and how most startups, the idea is that at some point they'll become profitable, but they just keep on kind of breaking even or even making a loss. But as long as the shareholders kind of seem happy, everyone's happy. But in reality, that company never makes a profit. And that it basically was just talking about how overinflated and overpriced the tech industry is, and how none of it is like a typical business model. So I just think the tech industry as a whole is quite interesting with how overinflated it is. But I hope he gets fired, because I know he's making a good income. And he thinks he's on top of the world, and he thinks he gets to kick a chihuahua if he wants to. But maybe not having a job will put some things in perspective for him. That's what I think anyway. And I think he should put on his records like kicked a dog, and that's why he's fired. Now that should be on his reference, just like kicked a dog for no reason. Also, before anyone says like, even if he was angry at her, let's say she switched up the story a little bit, and instead of saying like, oh, watch out, my dog's walking there, she was like, you absolute moron, I hate you. Surely kicking the dog is not consequence for action. Like, why are you beefing a dog? The dog didn't do anything to you. Even if she was being a what I'm saying, right? She was being mean and she didn't tell us that part of the story. Surely just take it up with her. Don't take it up with the dog, because the dog didn't say anything or do anything to you. And the thing is, even if it was a yappy dog, even if it tried to bite you, it's a 5-pound chihuahua. You know? Like, you can, because I know there's this stereotype and everyone's like, chihuahuas actually bite and attack the most. You know, I'd love to be attacked by a chihuahua. Love is a strong word. It's a 5-pound dog. How much is 5 pounds in, we don't work in pounds. Well, we do, but I don't work in pounds. 5 pounds in kilograms. Okay, so a dog is just over 2 kilograms. I mean, if a 2-kilogram dog attacks me, is that even considered an attack? Because you can just put the dog in air jail. Air jail. That's what I used to do to Phoebe when she was a puppy. Every now and then, like, sometimes I would like be running on 4 hours of sleep and she would just come at me with a shark little baby teeth, and I would just put her in air gel for a minute. But now she's like 9 kilograms and air gel kind of hurts my arms, so I can't do that anymore. But yeah, even if the chihuahua was attacking him viciously and ferociously, all 2 kilograms of chihuahua was attacking him, air gel, walk away, walk a bit faster. You don't even have to run, you don't have to sprint, just walk a little bit faster. And that's not me justifying people having untrained dogs or people not, you know, oh, just because the dog's small doesn't mean that it gets to misbehave and blah, blah, blah. But there is definitely less of an urgency there, you know, than if the dog was massive. So there's really no justification here for me. The dog didn't seem to be attacking him. She didn't seem to be like beefing him for a while for it to be justified in any way, which it wouldn't be. It was a tiny dog. He was having a bad day. I don't know, the whole thing is just so yucky, like so yuck. Now, some people are defending him saying like, oh, is it worth it for him to lose his job over this? And yes, absolutely. I do think so, yes. Animal cruelty is like on the priority list, in my opinion.
So kicking a dog is worth this guy's career? Genuine question. No, I got a genuine answer for you. No, it's absolutely not. I have no idea why he would do that. You would think of that before doing such a thing, you know? Like, what about my job? Probably shouldn't kick this dog. I mean, I would think like I shouldn't kick a dog. Like, I don't need any sort of qualifier for that, but you're right. Why didn't he think about his job? Yeah, it was a disingenuous question. You're asking if there should be any consequences at all for this person kicking a 5-pound dog. Since the NYPD won't do anything, since they see dogs as property, you're wondering if there should be any consequences whatsoever. I don't control whether or not he works at this job. That's not up to me. I never asked for him to be fired. I'm just wondering what his job thinks about it. His job ultimately makes that decision. And it's more than likely that they don't want to be associated with somebody who kicks dogs. And so for the safety of all the dogs in that office there, they probably want to know this. And they'll probably make their own decision. Nice try, though.
As a small dog owner, I just want justice for this from Google. If he is actually employed by Google, because if he isn't, then he's lying, and that's a whole different issue. But I feel like with the way that he's behaving, he might be the kind of guy that works in the tech industry and gets overpaid for the work that he does, and maybe he just needs a bit of a reality check. But that is my opinion for today. Let me know what you guys think. Subscribe with the bell icon for engagement. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.